Hey all, Taves here, back playing some more Planet Zoo, and welcome back to Tiguidou Zoo. So, we are doing a little bit of a different thing in this episode because doing a little bit of a tour, and there's going to be some new stuff along the way, and we're going to end up with a new habitat at the end. But yeah, I've got loads of things to show you on the way, little bits and pieces that we haven't toured around for a while. You haven't seen changes, so I think there's actually quite a lot of details on the way, quite a lot of things I'm probably not going to remember. We're back up at the entrance plaza, and we're going to make our way down the side here through this kind of staff access point, because the first thing I've changed is if we dunk round this barrier. So this little staff building has been here for a while. As I mentioned in the previous episode, I have been slightly obsessing about adding custom doors, and custom doors are going to be the signal in the zoo that there is something inside of that area. So when eventually I add this onto the workshop, and you are walking around in the zoo and you see a custom door, you will see something has changed. So this has all been slightly revamped. That's my security room. For some reason the cameras are not working at the moment, but they all did work before. If you haven't seen, this is the little kind of reptile backstage bit, and then this has basically just got a bit of a reboot. I've replaced, this is the amazing where's this from? This is from Shifty off of the workshop. So as ever, these things are in the collection, so if you want to pick this up, yeah, I had an old sort of office set in here, and this one's way better, so I just went back and upgraded that a while ago. We're going to carry on, so we're going to go, that's the way kind of into the zoo, but we're going to make a dart through here into the backstage. This is to the loading bay, which not a lot of stuff has changed on the way here, but we'll have a quick look. We just zoom down this way. So I added a few extra things like some crates and stuff in here. But mostly I think this is pretty similar to how it was. It's probably going to get some new decals and things in here, because I think when I did stuff like that was pre-decals. So again, like things like the hoses and stuff will probably need updating in here. So this is through the loading bay. If you haven't seen, this has been like this for a while. I changed out these buggies, and then we start to come down. This is new stuff coming up here, right? So this is the quarantine area. So this building, this little backstage cage was all quarantine. That's all been there for a while. And then we've got the guest cabins coming up on the left, and then these buildings here, staff buildings. So that's actually got the quarantine building hidden in it, so the staff will go in there. And then I think this is just like a keeper building and maybe a I can't remember what's in there. Maybe a trade centre in there actually. So we can come down past the guest cabins. So these are obviously supposed to be guest cabins that you'd see guests for staying overnight in and that sort of thing. So there's a view of the lighthouse that we've not seen before. We're going to carry on down this pathway. We'll speed up a little bit. There's a little bit of work still to do here. I think there'll be some details on the other side of this fence, but you'll see where we are in a second. There's also a huge, great big new section that's going to come in here, which probably just will be staff buildings and backstage area, because technically we're all still backstage here. This is the backstage of Seal Beach. So there is now this little barrier that blocks you off from coming through here. So this would obviously be for staff access coming through here, but obviously also backstage tours, and I have some plans for like tours into Seal Beach and things. Can't remember if I made that one custom. I haven't, but I probably will make that one open and close. So that's into the backstage of Seal Beach there. Here we see this bit. We've got the this little toilet block, which you saw me building the episode where I did the bunch of detailing. So there's now a little shop there, little information centre. This is where those cages are, those first set of cages. This will come round into Seal Beach, so we might just poke our head into the arena section of Seal Beach. There's a couple of episodes ago we updated this one. Just unpause for a second so we can get the screens working. So if we come round here, you can see this is all... Most of the actual beach bit of it is still the same. I might do a little bit of work in there, but at the moment it's pretty similar to how it was. But obviously we've got the sort of two-tiered seating area now, and then we've got the little disabled area there, or wheelchair access area. Again, lots of little cool views of the lighthouse pop out as we go around. So that was part of the point of it, really. So we'll go out of the exit of here. We'll speed up again, just a little bit of foliage work and things I don't think I showed on the video. I think I came back and refreshed some of this because it was looking a bit tired. And we'll go... Let's go left, actually. I've spattered these around, actually, in a few places. These are going to be kind of the guideposts and the signs and things for directing you around the zoo. So a few of these around, we'll see a few of these as we go. I have updated them to directionally work sometimes, and I haven't finished all of them. So there's a few as we go past that you'll see. New sign for Seal Beach that got done. So I think that's a much better sort of, if we stand over here for a second, much more sort of interesting entrance into this area now. And actually that's the thing that you'll probably notice as you go round, that we've got many more kind of area sort of signs and bits sort of demarked and things now. So that goes into Penguin Point. So there is the sign for Penguin Point. We've got the tapirs and the capybaras on the left hand side. This got some love actually recently because we've now got a new lift in there again. That was from Shifty's workshop pack. And then this, I don't think I ever actually showed this on a build, but this is all staff buildings there now. So this is all recessed, and actually underneath that section for the macaques. So the Japanese macaques have their kind of sort of icy bit there. In fact, you can just see a couple of the macaques up there. So yeah, the staff building is actually accessed through the back of the lift. So they go through the lift and they go down into that. So it looks like it's that they can access it there, but actually they have to go around the other way. And we've got this little stall that works out quite well in there. Carry on down this way. I did some work on this as well, because this land was a bit weird before, so we can now kind of use this splash pad for a bit of a better view of the penguins. I think there's a couple of fountains in here, so if we just unpause it for a second, yeah, you can see there's a couple of fountains that just do a bit of splashing and things. And actually the guests have started to use this area. It's weird, actually. The penguins come and go from different pools. So sometimes they'll be in this pool quite a lot, and sometimes they'll be in the back pools quite a lot. But it's quite cool to see that sort of thing. It makes it feel a bit more alive, actually. And then there's the aviary, one of those aviaries that we built. Again, it's not got any birds in it yet, but if we don't get any birds, I've sort of decided in my head, if we don't get any birds soon, I will add some from off the workshop, some of the implied stuff. We've got a toilet in here. This is again underneath the Japanese macaques. The Japanese macaques backstage area is up there, and we've got a toilet there. It's not done in there. It's just a building. Again, it's not like. I mean, I guess that is a custom door, so maybe I need to just do something in there. So downstairs of the life on the river habitat, so that's all the platypuses and stuff in there. But we're going to push on this way because, again, this is all stuff that you've never seen me really tour around or walk around in context. So we've got leaving Penguin Point on the right. We've got farm life coming here. So we've now got a little bit of a different view down the stream there. So Penguin Point on the right, signs for farm life, and then we can look back up the river. In fact, that goes all the way back up through Wolf Creek, that stream. So we can carry on down this way, and there is farm life, and it's getting very busy in there. Actually, we've got more to see on farm life at some point because I've continued it on further on. So you will get more views of that eventually. We've got a bunch of, what I ended up doing was just putting all the like chickens and the baby animals out in this main yard section, and they can wander around wherever they want. So they carry on down the path. There's actually probably a lot of chicks at the moment. We probably need to do a little bit of a sort out of all the babies that we've got in there. Little toilet block there that is actually pretending to be a toilet block to explain why there's so many people go through that door, but actually that is the access to the guest viewing dome of the Tasmanian Devil. So there is an implied entrance to the Tasmanian Devils on the other side of this habitat, but that's actually how they get in there. And then we come on down, so we've got opposite farm life, we've got the Wolverine habitat, which is working out really well still. I've made loads of changes to that. I think it's pretty similar to how I built it originally. It's a shame you get such a sort of milky view through the glass. I always think that's a bit of a shame. I wish they hadn't done that. And then we were entering into bear country. So again, this is all feeling like it's sort of coming together so much now. So we enter into this bear country area. We first have on the right the red panda habitat that you saw from the last episode. So in fact there is one right there, and as I said in that episode, I added in this glass barrier because it looked like they could probably just jump over, and then the stream carries on down that way, and then we have the little swan pond here. Obviously everything is paused at the moment because the frames are getting a bit crazy down here. There's my bear country sign. There is one of the aviaries. We'll do a little loop, I think, to the left here. There's actually quite like complicated and intricate path system in Tiguidou that's become quite a lot of different options for where you can go. But there's sort of a main route and then lots of different secondary routes you can take. So there's the bridge. We'll come back round that bridge in a second. That's the grizzly bear habitat there. So let's have a little peek in here, see if we can see any wolverines. I think they're probably... Oh, there's one right there. Yeah, so one of the wolverines is in the backstage area, going round that way. And then they can go through that door and then they go underneath this path and into that main section. So we'll just push on around this way just for a minute, just so you can see all of this worked in together. So again, in that big detailing episode we did, there's that other little cage. This brings us back round towards the... Oh my goodness, I can't remember what these guys' names are. I can't remember what these guys' names are. What are these guys' names, guys? I can't remember what they are. They're on Rottnest Island, I knew that, but I can't remember what they are. The little ratty kind of things. They're really cool. I cannot remember what their names are. One of you guys can tell me in the comments. Yeah, so there's the Tasmanian Devil habitat that I said. There's the little glass dome there. So there's a sort of implied entrance. I don't think when I first made that episode I had a staff member standing here, but he's there now just to kind of make it look like you can crawl on in through there. Here is the other bit of that Wolverine habitat. So this rest of this building is the Wolverine habitat sort of internal space, and then we've got this sort of education area / lab section that we again added in that detailing area, little kind of implied incubator. We have a little cage here that's waiting for some stuff, again potentially birds if we ever get them, but who knows. If not, I'll do something implied. This brings us round to the glade. So this is where all the deers are, the fallow deers, and we can just get a glimpse of life on the river there. I'm not sure what that... There's a chimney over there. Oh, that chimney is the Tours building. That little smoking chimney pot that you can see in the distance there. It's really cool to like starting to see it all come together. And again, there's another little... Not actually seen this view, but there's a view that you get of another guest cabin on the top of the hill there. We'll go up there in a sec, just because I didn't actually ever show you guys that. So we're coming back round again, another view into this side of the grizzly bear habitat. In fact, there is a grizzly bear right there. We'll get to see him in a second. They do actually come under this bridge quite often. They use this rubbing post. They never climb this climbing thing, unfortunately. You know, as most animals, they don't usually use their climbing stuff very much. So we'll go up to the left a second, just so I can show you this, because again, you never saw this all in context. I think I actually replaced all the surface here. I think this originally was like not pebble dash, chip. What's it called? Like bark. What's that called? Chip-ins or something. This texture. I changed all this path. Actually, looks better now. So that's the night house back there. And we'll go. I think what we'll actually do is we'll just zoom up this hill a second. That's the raccoons, outside space of the raccoons. We'll do a little zoom up here because it's a little implied bit of something that's coming down the line. But you can actually go up this hill as well, so you get a bit of a. I need to change those. Signs because they're not pointing in the right direction at all. If we go up this hill, up these steps, so some guest cabins up here. These are just duplicates of ones that are on the other side. Oh, can I get through there, game? Will you let me through there? For some reason you can't let me through. Come on, you can do it. We can do it. 1 second, guys. Let's jump out of that camera. We'll drop back down again. There we go. Turn that off. Right, so you're getting a kind of an elevated view. This is not supposed to be a kind of main route, really. This is supposed to be either access to these cabins, or there's going to be a path up here, which I will talk more about in a future episode. But this is quite a good high view of the bears. Oh, hopefully he stays there. Let's not unpause it. So this is the top view of the grizzly bears. Actually, really good view, and quite a lot of guests actually come up here, which is quite cool. I'm not usually a big fan of having guests be able to look at guests, but if you know what I mean, they're looking through the habitat and they can see other guests at the top of the hill, but actually it doesn't work too badly in this one. So we'll just zoom up this hill very quickly. So we've got another path up here, some more guest cabins, and then that path is going off in a direction of something that we'll talk about, as I said, in a future episode. So let's zoom back down again. And we'll we'll get stuck on that. Oh no! Hold on. Let's come back out of that. Let's drop down back over here again. Okay, so let's go back down this way, and we'll do take this left this time. So that's that backstage area of the grizzly bears. So this is supposed to be the keeper access for the grizzly bears. That path there goes to the back of the raccoons and the back of the skunk, which is over there, which is part of the night house, but they've got this outside space as well. So it's all pretty intricate and all pretty pretty heavily used space. So go down this little slope and then we'll have a look in here. So obviously this is the cave, and as I said, as we noticed from before, I don't think I've ever seen them quite as perfectly up there, but yeah, that is exactly the picture I had in my head. So you could have one in the cave down below, but you could obviously also potentially have one right walking over the top of you, which is really cool. I think that's one of the things about Planet Zoo, is that sometimes you just discover these little views and the animal will suddenly go somewhere that you've not seen them go before. So that's really cool. Right, let's carry on down the path and then we'll get to the brand new stuff. So if we go back down this way, again past some more of the bear country signs, you can see one of the other grizzly bears. I think there's only 2 in there. Using that post. And then you can just about see down the hill. I think I mentioned it in the bear country episode, the big one where I did the habitat, that I was one more tiny little bit that I wanted to add for this habitat, and it's just coming up down here. So if we go down, I think this is roughly where the habitat ended before, and now there's this log, and they actually walk along that log, and they will come down this way. So sort of, it's quite tucked away this, but this is another big backstage area. This is how the keepers get into the swan pond, and then this is progressing down that way. We'll come around to that habitat in a second, but hopefully we don't end up on the roof here. But this is all backstage, so if we push our way through here, this is, so the backstage access for the grizzly bears. So this is how they get the grizzly bears in and out, should they ever want to. So there is like a control system for that sliding roller gate. And then, as I've done with some of the other things, I've done these so that they these that's not the right thing, but these open up. So obviously, if you wanted to, you could get the grizzly bear out through this door, out through the roller door, just so you could kind of get them in and out to the vets or whatever. And then we've got some things like this little kind of sliding tray, so that's for feeding. So pull it out, put your food on it there, slide it back in again, and feed the bears. And then we've got on the other side here, and this whole kit actually, so I built this all as a kit in here. So this whole thing is all piece by piece, so you can put this together should you wish to yourself, or reconfigure it all yourself. There's another little sliding slot there, which is quite cool. All works really well. And then the fiddly detail in here, actually, I mean, all that was quite fiddly, but the fiddly detail of this was this sort of water trough, which is completely pointless, but it was just to see if it was just an idea that I had in my head. So, the keeper can fill up the trough, turn the tap on, fill up the trough, and the bears could come in and drink from that. So, this is like inside outside thing going on with it. So a lot of this one was just about making this really kind of grungy. There's a sprinkler system, making it all kind of feel, like it's quite worn and been used quite a lot. So then we've got you'll notice another roller door here and another opening door here with, again, an obsessively working door. So we just make our way through this door. We see we've got another space for some bears. We've got all the details again in here. Slightly different layout. Again with the little drawer thing. Quite a simple one, this one. Double doors, so that again they can come back out through the roller door, back through this roller door as well. So we'll make our way round there. Obviously, as you've seen from the title and thumbnail and the little intro, this is for the new spectacled bear that we got in the new DLC. So there is one hanging about up there. I built this little sort of platform for them. I might do a bit more, I'm not sure. I've got a couple of trees in there. They don't climb really very much, unfortunately. But interestingly, they do have a sort of climbing enrichment. We'll make our way in. There's obviously this is also temporary on this side here. Make our way in so we can have a little look at them. So he is hanging about up there, but there's a weird thing that's happening at the moment that they're doing. This will probably get fixed by the time you guys are playing this, but I'm playing this on a early access view. But it's just like that thing that happens. He suddenly grows a bunch of hair. So I've got this little platform section, and then we've got another one up here, and they've got little rubbing posts and things, a path up there, so you can go along up there as well and view them. And I will just show you. I'll show you the Zoopedia for them, so you can see what they are all about. So feel free to pause on this as I go through. And we've got some quite a good mix of enrichment items for them, much like the other bears really. They don't like any other animals in with them. And they're not too bad. Not too bad. Quite cool up close. Obviously just that little weird graphical glitch that's going on. So I hope you enjoyed that one, guys. There'll be more soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out the new DLC if you haven't already. And I will catch you on the next one. My name is Taves. Take it easy.